Google rankings are unsexy. You know, one thing I've learned in my life is usually the thing that moves the needle the most, the thing that gets the most wood chopped for the winner. All of the things that move the big wheel in the watch are very unsexy. And that's how you get results. It's usually not the flashy thing at the end of the day, right? In this video, Chris is going to be dispelling some common misconceptions of website expectations, and he's going to tell you the one thing that is cannibalizing your rankings on your site right now. It's absolutely destroying it, and you can't even see it. We're going to take a peek under the hood, and Chris Lonergan is going to go into what makes a website rank better. Let's jump into it. A lot of mystery around what makes a website rank better, especially for the contractor. A lot of this stuff is kind of left up to the SEO guys, to the web dev guys, and it's hard for them to kind of decipher kind of the language. You know, web dev is a language, man, and so I want to bridge that gap for them a little bit and give them some points as to what makes websites rank better than the competition and other people.
Sure thing, absolutely. Yeah, there's a whole bunch that goes on that people do see on a website and don't see on a website. That all together really come. It's that synergy where all those little pieces come together to create one cohesive marketing piece online that pushes you forward, that ranks well in search engines. And the first major talking point is you got to realize it's not just about looks. Some people take a look at a website and they love the bells and whistles, they love the shiny things, the videos, but you have to have both style and substance when we're talking about websites, contractor websites specifically, and the performance. It's important to have a website that looks great because you want people to stay on the page, you want people to engage with you. But there's a lot of things that need to happen aside from looking sharp to be a good performing website, especially when it comes to Google.
Bro, let's go into that because that's one of those things that everybody I talk to, right? It's like if they don't have Footbridge Media doing their website, you know, they're obviously not ranking and they're talking about their website they got and they don't like the way it looks, but it goes a lot deeper than that, right? It goes into the technical SEO, some of the data that's in the stuff you can't see. Can we talk a little more about that?
Absolutely. There's the tech, the behind the scenes stuff. That's the kind of data sciencey, the stuff that's not as sexy when you talk about websites. No one looks at your website and goes, "Oh, it's a nice schema and a good sitemap there."
But Google does.
Oh yeah, Google loves that. Google takes a peek under the hood and really likes what they see when they look at that. A lot of people, there's some common phrases that people hear a lot, like page speed or core web vitals was really bounced around a lot over the last couple of years. There's basically really fancy ways to say, is the website loading properly? Is it loading above the fold, that screen that you first see? Is it loading quickly? Is it loading to the point where you can actually work with it? You can click on stuff and it actually goes where it's supposed to go. Are those images optimized? If you take a picture on your smartphone or on a camera, that's a huge picture, so you could take it and print it. What a lot of guys don't know is if you take that picture and you throw it on the website as is, that's a huge file. You don't need that. So it's 5 times as heavy. So for me, that's really exciting to crunch that down to a really tiny number. Most people don't even realize that's happening behind the scenes until they hit a website that's loading really slow.
It's just trying to populate this
Yeah,
photo.
that dial-up loading that picture.
But they
That's
just,
what we want
look,
to avoid.
they've uploaded it. They like the photo, but what they don't know is that it is cannibalizing all of their rankings. Their page speed has tanked, and now people are bouncing off the page because they feel like this place is the slowest website I've ever been on. I need to get out of here. But also, when they get out, what happens to their rankings? Google notices that people are bouncing, and now their rankings keep going down, all because you had this fat photo on the daggum homepage
that looked good, but was hefty.
Absolutely. So it's the data on the back end. Hey guys, before we get into this next segment, Chris gives you another tip on what makes the website rank better. If you want to get your website done by Footbridge Media, they're the team. They've been doing all of my sites, my brother's sites, Southeast Softwash website. We got a ton of guys, Mike Turman in New Jersey, a bunch of heavy hitters who use Footbridge Media. And for good reason. Footbridge has been open since 2004. They've been building contractor only websites. So they know local SEO. They know about what you do. When a truck leaves your house, it goes somewhere to do a thing, it returns with the money. The contractor world, Footbridge Media is the experts in that. Go ahead and tell them that Lean and Mean sent you, and you'll save $600 per year. You'll get the $199 deal. You can only get it here. So definitely call in. Get Aaron O'Hanlon on the phone. The number is below on the screen, and he will let you know what you should do next. Aaron's a straight shooter. I will let you know he is the straightest shooter I know. He's like the outlaw Josie Wales, dude. He will tell you exactly what you need to hear and moving forward. So they're the team for you. They're definitely the team for me. I still use them. I still pay them every single month for my website. I don't even, dude, I pay you guys. I don't get a free website. I pay you guys. I see that draft come out, but I also know that last month we got estimates for a hotel, an apartment complex, a TPO roof cleaning right here in my city, straight off of my Footbridge website. So give them a call. I think you'll enjoy it. Chris, what's the next point on what can make a website rank better?
Another phrase people hear all the time is content is king, and that is still true. That's remained true on the web for forever. But what people don't realize, again, is it's not just about writing about what you feel like is important. It's important that you appeal to people. That's great. You do want people to be interested in the content. But there's also some technical things we need to get right within the content too. So we want to have service pages for all of the services that you offer. You don't want just one page that lists bullet points of everything you do. You need to have some good, juicy content that talks about each of your main services to kind of give a target for Google, a place where we can say, hey, traffic about this or searches about this particular topic is relevant to this page and it should rank. And there's a lot of behind the scenes things. There's the title tag, which people maybe have heard about a lot. That's what loads in the tab itself. You'll see that language up there. That's very important to Google, as well as the H1, which is the first big headline. And having specific content there, having specific content in the beginning of the content. So, for example, if you're writing a house washing page, you want to mention house washing in the title and in the content toward the top. If you have a house washing page and you don't talk about house washing until the bottom, Google realizes, hey, this maybe isn't that important. Maybe this isn't relevant. So again, there's lots of these little factors when we're creating this content that we have to take into account to create pages that look good, that read well, but that also Google can understand and figure out how to rank.
So let me ask you a question, Chris, because you're talking about a lot of writing going on right there. Okay. All right. You're talking about content. There's a lot of writing. If I know correctly, and I know the guys who watch my channel, they ain't about to write nothing. All right. So,
We don't want you to. You're pressure washer. We don't want you writing.
That's right. So if they get a website from you guys, do you guys write all that content, or do they have to write the content and send it to you?
We take the burden on that one. We'll ask you some questions. We'll want some pointers. We want to learn about you. We want to learn about your mission statement. Maybe you give us a couple of words of how you operate, what makes your business different. But at the end of the day, it's on us. It's on Footbridge to look at your services, to look at what you offer to your customers, and to make sure we're writing a website that makes sense to best serve those needs.
That's such a big burden, bro.
That's a lot of words.
I would literally never do that. Like, I appreciate the hell out of y'all, man. Like, somebody asked me, all right, now listen, I'm gonna need you to saddle up. He said, I'm gonna pay you $199 now. Can you imagine me going to a customer's house and they said, all right, now listen, I'm gonna pay you $200, but I need you to write 25 pages.
Roughly 500 to 800 words
each
in this exact method.
In this exact method that you have an expertise in. I'd be like, recipe. I think that's going to be about $10,000, my friend, because it's going to take me. My gosh! So that is super crucial and super cool of you guys to do that. Kind of creating a turnkey environment for a guy to get started, to where, look, man, he's been working all day. He doesn't have to come home and write this content and send it to you, at least for the beginning. If he wants to blog or something like that, he can do that himself. But for all of those for all of those service area pages and content pages and services pages, I know I get you guys to add about one new one a month for me. Just say, hey, I want to add this area for me servicing this little niche area in the city or in the region. And you guys write it all up. I think Eagleville or Rockvale, Tennessee. Hey, I want to target Rockvale. Will you write me a pressure washing page for Rockvale, Tennessee? Sure enough, man. Boom. Now I don't bombard you guys with that. I know I do about one, maybe two a month. I don't try to hammer you guys because that's a lot of writing, but that's something that's available to you. So, Chris, what is the third and final piece of this puzzle to getting the website to rank better on Google? Let's do them up. Let's launch this thing and get them out of here.
I mean, the final thing you need to realize that I think a lot of folks don't realize still is that Google primarily looks at websites from a mobile first standpoint. So that means, years ago when everyone was using a desktop computer as their primary way to view the web, Google realizes that's not the case now. So websites need to be designed with mobile first indexing or mobile first in mind. So what does that mean? That means your website's got to load fast for mobile devices, which is a whole other level of behind the scenes tech. Mobile devices, whether they're on a 4G or 5G, whatever environment you're on, those websites have to load fast. That's a consideration Google has. So when we're planning out websites, from the content to the images to the menu linking and the structure for the menu, all that matters in developing a mobile ready indexable site so that you can rank well for mobile searchers or for desktop searchers.
And so you're building this site with the mobile search, the mobile usage in mind, right? Because I think, what would you say? Probably 75% of people are using mobile first.
I'd say the majority at this point, of what you're going to get, the majority of traffic you're going to get is going to be mobile, aside from some real niche things. I mean, think about it. If you're looking at your house, you're looking at your driveway, looking at your eaves, you realize stuff is messed up, you're not going to go inside your house and sit down in front of your laptop. You're going to take out your phone and you're going to type in house washing.
Crank up that dial up, boy.
Yeah. Dust off your modem and get things going. That's not
that MS-DOS, man. He going to get that thing dialed up. There's like one client you got that's going to be using a desktop. It's that old dude who definitely is not going to pay how much you ask.
Still rocking that AOL address.
That AOL, that's right. All right, Chris. Well, I appreciate you coming on the line today, making this thing really quick for them about what makes the websites rank better. And you guys probably found out that it's not what you think. I've seen guys who don't have Footbridge sites. They complain about what their site looks like. And I'll tell you, man, like that's such a minor piece of this puzzle, like how it looks. Yes, it's a piece. It's an aesthetic, right? Footbridge sites look amazing, but that little piece, really what it is behind the scenes. What makes that site be well loved or well ranked by Google? It's a lot of the data, it's the content, it's the optimizations on those pages, where the keywords are placed on the page. So if you want a pro who's going to be doing this thing for you, give Footbridge Media a call. Tell them about the $199 deal from the Lean and Mean Academy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
98% of my leads come off of Footbridge, my website. That is the biggest thing that you need to implement. And these guys, I'm not paying that. Who cares what it costs? But if you don't have that set up and squared away and keep pushing people back to that site, I mean, these $1 million houses, that's the first thing they're shopping, looking at, they're ready to buy, and they say, man, that website looks great. This guy knows what he's doing. Boom, there's the contact. And that's how I landed. All these, these property managers, they're under pressure to get this stuff done and out. So they're going the first 3 clicks. You see how it's set up. It's easy for them to fill that out.